Good morning, traders. I'm excited. We've got a new charting system out for you guys and the ability to handle charts in a single window. First thing I want to do is talk about where you can access charts from and what's already been in the application and what we've just added. So the first place is to go to Screener. We're going to load all of our stocks here. And in the screener, you'll see the ticker symbol. To the right of that, it says chart. When you hover over that, it highlights. Left click that, it's going to pull your chart up. And underneath the chart, you're going to get your cash secured puts and cover call entry ideas. If it's green, it gives you pullback conditions favorable for a CSP because you've got a nice pullback. And then it gives you the technical factors. In this case, it's moderate. Covered call here as well. It's saying we're not good for covered calls right now. We're in a deep pullback. Wait for the stock to come back up to write your covered calls. Okay. So it's just trade ideas you guys can utilize. That's one place to get to your charts. I'm going to close this. The next place, again, is from the screener. If you open a stock, the drawer with all of your financial data, and you go to deeper analysis, you can scroll down here until you also get to the charts. All right, so there's a chart again, and here's your signals. So I can full size that, a lot easier to read, and I can downsize that. All right, I'm going to close that. And the next place, if you go to your trade journal and you select a single stock, you can also get to your charts here. Now, if we go back home, and I can get here a couple different ways. I can come down here and click charts on your trading desk, or I can click charts up here at the top. Let's just click it on the trading desk. This brings us to a brand new screen that we've never had. This screen is going to allow us to do a lot of really cool things in the future. Right now, we're doing our base chart from it and our signals from it. But this is going to give us the ability when we go to live tick by tick data as well as multiple charting. We're going to do all that right here. But for the time being, what we need to do is find a ticker, and there's a couple ways to do that. You can now type in your ticker, or you can jump to a ticker that you've recently worked on, any of your live trades, my watch list, my criteria. These are all watch lists, by the way. So now let's go in and let's say that I want to jump to SoFi, and there's my chart. Now, I'm going to come in here for the time being, and I'm going to turn off all indicators because I want to go through all of this with you guys. This is where you're going to come to do most of your work on your charts. You can do at this point, daily, weekly, and 60 minutes. 60 minutes is blurred out unless you go down to 3 months or less of data. All right, maybe 6 months. Yep, we still get 60 minutes. Now, I can't go to 1 year or 5 year in a 60 minute, but you can do 6 months, 3 months, or 1 month of data for that 60 minute chart. Let's go back to a daily, and then you can also do a weekly. And I'm going to go 5 years of data on those so you've got enough data to look at that weekly chart. For me, I like to stick around dailies for right now. I'll look at weeklies for longer term trends, but I like to keep my charts on dailies. Now, you can also add support and resistance zones yourself. These are manual. I'm going to click that. If it's below, I'm going to click down here. If it's red, if it's above, I'm going to click up here, and it's green. Come back up here and turn that off. So it's not going to try to add them all over the place. Now I'm going to remove these because there's some auto ones that we also have. So those are gone. Let's go into our indicators. And before we do, actually, let's take a look at this button right here. Very important button. We can expand our charts all the way out so we can work on them in a much larger view. And we're going to leave them here now since we've got it open. Let's go to our indicators. I'm going to add volume. That adds your volume to the bottom of the chart as an overlay. I'm going to add the 50 to 200 moving average, simple moving average, or we can do an EMA. Let's add an EMA. There's our exponential moving average. Right now, this is just a 50 and a 200. Down the road, I'm going to give you guys a pop-up when we click these that allows you to choose up to 3. You can choose the length that you want of each one, and you'll be able to choose the color of each one. It's just not here yet. That's coming soon. I want to add Bollinger Bands. There's my Bollinger Bands now. I want to add earnings on the chart. This is when your earnings dates are. And I want to know the trend. I've got a trend indicator that we built. I'm going to click that. It's going to color the bars. So right now on our daily bar, we're in an uptrend. Okay, we've switched from a downtrend to an uptrend. We also have yellow when it's in a sideways market, but we do have a downtrend to an uptrend right now happening. So an uptrend on a pullback to your moving averages is ideal. Your Bollinger Band, middle Bollinger Band, that's a great entry. And I think we actually entered some in this area. Let's go to a weekly and see the longer term trend on this. All right, longer term trend is down. So we'll always want to take this into account. Now remember, the daily is going to turn green before the weekly turns green if it's in a downtrend. But you've got a lot of area right here that's more of a support zone. And so you're good on taking a trade here. I'm perfectly happy taking that trade. We had a nice deep pullback. We're at areas. I like the stock. I think it's a great stock. It's already had its drop significantly, and it's had great earnings and just great things from SoFi to come down the road. Let's move back to a daily chart. Let's go back to our indicators. Now we're going to add some more indicators. I'm going to add what's called the expected move. And if you notice here, this is really cool. Some of you have been asking me, how do I get there? That's it, right there. That's your expected move. That's saying that this is what the stock should stay within this range over this period of time. So if you're writing cash secured puts or covered calls, you know that, let's say in about a month from now, you could be as low as 1687 or as high as 1966. It just gives you this range. So it allows you to take into consideration the premium that you're getting if you're inside this range especially. Are you getting the premium to cover this and then some? Okay. Now I'm going to take this off. I don't like to leave this on. It takes up a lot of room, but it's great to look at and then remove. Now I'm going to go to my positions. This is cool. And this goes back to my positions. These are all my positions and the levels they're at. Do you look at them with the stock itself? Now, I'm going to downsize this because I want to make a point on something. You have this position levels right here. This is in all of my accounts. I have 4 accounts, and one of the beauties of a trade journal, you can do exactly this. You can combine all your accounts into one, so you don't have to go to your broker, ABC, or go to their drop-down list. Right here, you've got them all combined. Now, if I go back and I say I'm going to go to my Roth IRA Live, and I know I don't have any of these in that account. Let's see what happens. Boom, gone. I don't have any trades. I knew I didn't have any SoFi in that account. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my all accounts, and it's going to apply those trades again. These are the trades in the rest of the other accounts that I do have. All right, so let's go back to indicators. Let's go to entry signals. This is also cool. There's my entry signals at the bottom. I'm going to take my positions off of here for the time being. Not that it matters at this point. But if you go down here to your entry signals and you look at this is SoFi, my cash secured puts. Right now it's saying neutral, no clear edge either way. But when you look at the trade idea, it's saying just be a little cautious, understand where you're at and know where you're at. Now for covered calls, if you were put some maybe a little bit lower, now it comes back and says, hey, we're moving. And we had a strong rally prior, and conditions strongly favor covered calls. Okay, so at this point you're clear to write covered calls. You had a strong rally, little sideways right here, but you're in a good place to write covered calls, and it's back in an uptrend. All right, that's your signals. Just another great feature for you guys just to keep an eye on. Again, none of these by themselves are anything you want to watch. You want to put your ideas together based on some of your indicators and the things that you like to look at, okay? So let's go back to indicators. I'll leave all those on. Now I want to make sure that I have my RSI. There's my RSI right here, 30, 70, overbought, oversold. You're in the middle on this one as well, and that makes sense because we're in the middle. All right, you can see that you've got some sideways action. Let's put our MACD subplot on. There's a MACD subplot for you as well. And then we can put our my position bag on as well. Oh, support and resistance levels. Let's remove a couple of these. I want to just clean this up so you can see these. I'll leave the trend on there. Volume's fine. Let's get rid of these. Let's put on our automated support and resistance levels. Let's add them to the chart. And you can see it does a pretty good job of getting your support resistance levels. That's really it. What I highly recommend you guys do is to take the tour. That's going to open up Opty. Let's turn off the volume there for a minute. And you want that volume on. Give it time to speak if you're just coming here for the first time. It takes a couple seconds for Opty to catch up. But once it does it once, it should be a little faster each time for you. It'll go through everything. You can skip the tour if you don't want the tour, or you can go next, next, next really quick to get to all the next stuff if you want to find a specific place. I will be adding some smaller tours coming up. And also you can go right down there. Let's go up, skip the tour. And you can ask Opty,
working on today?
He just said, what are you working on today? You can ask Opti, tell me how to add indicators to the chart, and it'll put you in the tour right there at that indicator section. All right. That's it. Like and subscribe to the YouTube page. We'd love to have you there. Coming over to OptyTrades. It's free. We're not charging anything. We're getting all of this stuff built out. Any bugs, we've just cleaned up a ton of bugs this week, which is awesome. So we are really getting into a really good place with all of our traders. We've got quite a few people over. They come into the trading room, the community room. We talk about our trades in there, any new things that we have. And then we keep a leaderboard. Who's doing well? Who's making the money, right? We've got a leaderboard up here, and you have to opt into this. This doesn't do that automatically. But you can see we've got some traders that have opted in. Come on over to OptyTrades, sign up. It's free. We send you a daily market update that allows you to look at possible trades that day. It comes right to your email, okay? We don't spam you. We don't sell your email. And hopefully we'll see you over in the room. And again, like and subscribe to this video.